It's going to be on concrete pouring and concrete spreading. You've gotten how to mix your concrete, you've gotten a whole lot of other things. Now it is time to pour the concrete either from your batching truck or the concrete truck, or from your mixing point to the point where you want to work. A few things before you start pouring your concrete and spreading it. You need some certain tools to get your concrete poured. Now, for a concrete batching plant, where the distance of where the truck can be parked is very far from the work site, you need a concrete pump. The concrete pump has a long hose. Some batching plants come with a pump also installed in it, but all of these will be taken care of the concrete contractor that is bringing your concrete to work with you. So you just get a pump, extend it from the truck that is carrying your concrete or the concrete mixer truck straight to the site, and at the site point you just then begin to pour. That's how it works. Now, for you that is going to be using your hand to mix, you can use either a wheelbarrow or a headpan to wheel or to convey the concrete from the point of mixing to your work area. That's the two options you have to pour your concrete. Now, in a case where you don't have a concrete pump, you can get a very big tank. It's called a concrete tank, and get a crane. Like in this picture now that I just showed you, that was exactly what we did in this video. We got a crane to lift the poured concrete from the point where it was poured into the tank down to the site area, or where we had the work to be done. I'm showing you what we did like that in this video. That's what we did, a big crane. But all these heavy equipment you might not have access to. If you don't have access to all this kind of heavy equipment, the best thing to do is to use a wheelbarrow to convey it. It's more labor intensive, but that will be better for you. Now, once you convey your truck or your material from the point of mixing to the work area, where you have the formwork in place, where you have your reinforcement, if you are using reinforcement in place, next thing you want to do is to spread your concrete. Now, in order to spread your concrete, you must pour your concrete to fill up your form. It's to fill the form up completely to the top. And then you can use a screeding trowel, a range, or a magnesium trowel. These are the four things you will use, or you don't necessarily need them compulsorily, but they make the work easier. Now, when you use your range, you spread it, you shift it like the man is doing in this video now. You see him here. You spread it, and make sure you have a level plane surface that is in tandem with your form. You can use your plumb also to place on your range in order to be sure that the floor is sloping to the direction you want it to slope. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your form and your concrete, they are at the same height. So the form will be like a guide. You place one end of your square pipe or your range or your spreading stick on one form of the end, and you begin to level the surface wheel, as has been done in this video, level it to the end. Once you've gotten to the end, then you now come with your magnesium trowel or your magnesium float. A magnesium float is the float that has handles, about 3 poles. It can get up to 30 meters long when you're working in areas where you have to be very far from the work area. You can't really cross the work area easily with your leg. But where you can actually get to, you can use your magnesium trowel. Magnesium trowel is handheld. You hold it in your hand, you rub it. While the magnesium float is pole head. It has poles where you learn how to use it. You turn it to the left, it lifts up. You turn it to the right, it goes down. I'll show you how to do all that when we get to the practical section, so you know how to easily use your magnesium float. But basically, that's how you pour and that's how you spread concrete. And then it is important you start from the furthest point of your work area when you are pouring. For example, I want to do a compound of this size and the house is at the top. I'm going to be starting from the bottom of the house where the gate is. But I won't start pouring from the gate because that's where the truck will pass. That's where the material will be mixed. I'll start pouring from the end of the house so that I can control the slope and determine how I want the water to flow. So you always start from the furthermost point of your work, because once you block any area that you can no longer cross over, then it's impossible for you to pour in those areas and you end up damaging the ones you poured earlier. So you must start from the further point in your work area when you want to pour. If you're working in a room, because stamp concrete can actually be done in rooms to mimic various surfaces like I told you earlier on. Working in a room, you want to start from the part that is farthest from the door. Furthest part that is furthest from the door, because the door is the last place you'll be working on. So the furthermost parts from the door, you start from there and you walk your way up to the door, and then you're done. So that's it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next module. Bye bye for now.